Hey guys, what is up? It's Justin here, and I'm making this video as a walkthrough to coincide with the mind map that I've given you. And if you haven't got a copy of the mind map yet in PDF, you can probably find it. Either there'll be a link if this is a Facebook post, or it might be a button if this is on a page somewhere. So take a look around, and you should see a link to this mind map if you haven't got it yet. And if you can't find it for any reason, just contact me and my team, and we'll get you set up. So this is a little walkthrough. So it'll make more sense when I give you a little bit of context behind this. So there's actually 3 mind maps here. We'll see how much time we have today, but I'll go through this pretty quickly to give you an idea. So the first mind map you see is the Expert Authority Blueprint, and this is an overview of the six-step system that is the proven model to grow a 6-figure business if you're a coach, consultant, or expert. So it all starts right up here with the kind of the first module or principle, which is to identify and profile your ideal prospects. This is super important because you've got to know exactly who you're speaking to, or you can't do anything else on top of this. Most coaches fail to make money and sell their products because they have not done this properly. They think they have, but actually you'll find you're probably selling products and services that is what you want, but not necessarily what the customers are looking for. So there are a few main points up here we talk about. The first thing I teach my clients inside my Expert Authority Blueprint program, where we go into depth on all this, is to use research methods to speak your client's language. So I show my clients how to use things like Facebook groups, Amazon.com to find what people are buying in your industry and how to learn and study from that what makes them tick, what makes them want to buy. The next thing then when we come to profiling your ideal prospect who's most likely to buy, the next thing I teach my clients is to use demographic indicators. This is really, getting an idea of the physical stature of your prospect. How old are they? Are they married? Are they single? Do they have kids? How many kids? Where do they live? Why? And when you ask the important question of why, it tells you a lot of very powerful information if you're able to look at it closely. So the demographic data is very valuable because if we know our ideal prospect is 37 years old, a female, and is not married, and we can then pinpoint and ask why is she not married? We might uncover that, I don't know, perhaps it's a corporate type female who is not married because she's so dedicated to her work right now, but maybe she plans on getting married in 5 years. So you see, that information, if you look into it, can all come just by knowing basic demographics. So that's not all. The next thing I do to give my clients an ultra-powerful Jedi-like understanding of their prospects is to identify the buying triggers and driving needs behind their behavior. There are 4 core needs that every human is subconsciously wired to move to protect. So when you know what those 4 drivers are, and you know which are most prevalent in your audience, which again, I show my clients how to figure that out pretty quickly. A little bit of NLP type stuff you can use to see how your prospects communicate. Then you can identify the buying triggers. And when you make your content and your offers, it's far more powerful. And then finally, we discover the behavioral indicators to see where your prospects go and what they do and what they buy. So this is an extra advanced level of prospect research that I have my clients do. And it's showing them how to track what products they're buying. And this is all free to do, by the way. It doesn't cost anything, just a bit of time to research. And you can find out what your prospects are buying, what they think of those products, and why. And then you can then modify your content to be in line with what your prospects are already looking for. So instead of trying to convince people to say, no, don't believe that stuff, instead believe what I'm saying, that's bad marketing. The real marketing is to find out what your prospects already believe and then put our products and services in front of them in agreement and saying, no, we know you believe in this. That's why our product gives you that. And that's when people will effortlessly then start signing up with you. So once you've done that, we go very much into detail on understanding your prospect and their lifestyle. The next thing, module 2, is to create a signature branded service. So now we can create something of value that we can charge money for to these people, which is going to be 10 times easier now because we've done all the research. We know what they want, what they like, and what they're buying. So once you have that data from module 1, the next thing my clients will do inside my academy program is I teach them my 3P product creation formula for rapidly packaging their information into a digital course or product that is scalable from day one. And this can be done in 7 days, and it costs nothing. Okay, people think it takes a long time and a lot of money to make an online course. It takes less than 7 days if you do it my way. Okay, the next thing we do then is we create instant multiple income streams using my product pyramid concept. So the product pyramid is where we take basically different income points. So rather than have one product at one price point, that's a big mistake for a lot of coaches. They only offer one thing at a certain price. Now the problem is there are a lot of people that maybe can't afford that price or aren't ready to invest because they don't trust you that much yet, but they would pay for something less. And it is valuable to get them into your world, and they'll become higher price customers later. So the first thing we do is we take that main course and say, right, how can we create a diet version of this? What can we strip out? There's no more work to do. The work's already done. How can we strip out some of that and sell it as a lower barrier program? And similarly, what could we add to make a VIP higher level elite program too? And now, when you go out there to the market and you get a phone call with somebody or a webinar or you speak on stage, you haven't got to now say, it's this much to work with me, and that's it. Now you're saying to people, if you want to get this result, there are multiple price points we can work at, and we can find the right budget for you. This is what helps me and my clients close 60% more sales than average without any hard selling ninja sales techniques. You don't need more sales techniques. What you need is to make it easier for customers to buy from you and naturally overcome their resistance. And that's what we do. So the next thing then, once you've got that product in place and it's scalable and it's automated or highly time leveraged, now we can actually work on marketing, because now we can safely send hundreds or thousands of customers into your service, and you will not get overworked or stressed or burned out because your clients are being serviced automatically or in a very time leveraged way. Now we go into the marketing. And the marketing is the next thing that burns entrepreneurs out, because you're spending all that time with your customers and now you've got to find time to do your marketing. So again, part of the Expert Authority Blueprint is to automate all of these processes so you never get burned out and you can have a more freedom-based lifestyle. So the marketing starts, this is the beginning of your sales funnel, and it starts by list building. So what we want to do here, as you can see, is we want to first of all get people onto a mailing list, because most people aren't going to buy straight away. You can't just put adverts out every day saying, buy my stuff, because no one knows who you are. But if we build a list of people that can follow you, then we can build more trust, rapport, and they will start becoming customers. So the first thing we do that, why would someone join your mailing list? We do that by creating a lead magnet. And this is like a piece of content that's very valuable. You could make this in a couple of hours or less. Something that's really cool, helpful, and people will give you their email address in exchange for getting it. And so you just make some cool content that helps people and you give it out for free. They start joining your list. The next thing you need is a landing page. Now this is a website page that is designed just to capture the email address and give away your lead magnet. So once you build a simple page, they only need to be simple and offer a cool lead magnet, and people will jump in. I have landing pages right now that convert up to 83% of the visitors. That means for every 100 people that land on my landing page, 83% of them give me their details to get my lead magnet. And that's from a cold audience too. So I'm building a list very rapidly for a very, very low price. No time, I'm just doing some paid advertising, a very small budget every day that builds that up. And my list is growing. And these are all my future customers. So you might not make a load of money today, but it pays off, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months down the line. And then the last thing to do then, because we do want to generate cash flow pretty quickly, we do want to make money right now, or at least liquidate our advertising costs, that's when we make a thank you page, which is when they've signed up for the lead magnet, they opt in their details, they're then taken to a thank you page. And most entrepreneurs online neglect this page. They don't do anything with it. They just say, hey, here's your lead magnet, here's your PDF. But we can optimize it to do some really cool things that can start turning some of those prospects into customers immediately. Only a small percentage, but that small percentage of people, if you're adding 20 or 30 subscribers a day, and let's say 1 out of 100 will immediately invest, because some people are going to be ready to do that, then we can do that with that thank you page, and you can be getting a new customer every couple of days even, which is going to pay for all your marketing. And then of course you can invest more in building your list. Your list then starts making you more money, which means you can reinvest more again, and it all goes round like that. Okay, once you've done that, it's time to move to the next bit. Okay, so after that, we now move on to the fourth step. You're building this list of subscribers, but what do? Well, building a list of subscribers is not really enough. What we're going to do is build a base of raving fans. Okay, so this is a very important module in my program, in my mentoring course, which is all about tribe building. We don't want regular subscribers. We want people that love to hear from you, can't get enough of you, and you build so much trust and loyalty that they can easily become customers when you make an offer to them. So the first step of this is you want to deploy a nurture sequence to your list. So make sure, a lot of people out there, coaches tell me, they're building a list, but as soon as the person's opted in, they don't follow up with them at all. And they wonder why their list is dead or not engaged. Because you've got to follow up, right? But you can automate this. So we have an automated sequence that will send a message or some more content every couple of days to the people who join that list. So all this relationship building is being done on autopilot, which is fantastic. Okay, another thing we can do to build a stronger tribe is to use segmentation quizzes. So we use this with messenger bots right now, or you can do a survey, like an ask methodology survey. So we build this into our program. So once they're on our list, we then say, hey, they get a content or a message that says, hey, we'd love to get to know more about you, so we can send you the right content that you're looking for on this newsletter. And so they'll tell us about themselves. We use this to get more kind of demographic and buying trigger behavior, more data that we talked about earlier in Module 1. And this further refines and tells us who's opting in for our stuff and who is our list made of. And this just makes our marketing more and more powerful. The third thing down we want to do is you want to have ascension opportunities. So this means we do actually make pitches as well. Okay, there's no point having a list if you don't sell them anything, right? And there's nothing wrong with selling people on your list as long as you're giving good value and you're making offers in a non-sleazy, non-pushy way. It's fine. So we give them ascension opportunities and say, hey, maybe you want to find out about this program or whatever it might be. Okay, here's an example. I'll pitch you right now. All right, if you look at the end of this document and probably on this page, you'll see an opportunity, an ascension opportunity, to book in a 30-minute consult with me. And the reason for that call is if you want to become a member of my mentoring program, where I teach you all this stuff in depth and work with you to do all this stuff, if you're interested, we can have a 30-minute call just to make sure it's right for you. And if so, I'll invite you to become a paying customer. So there you go. You see, I just pitched you right there. But was that hard selling? Was that manipulative? Was that pushy? No, I'm just saying, hey, here's some content. And oh, by the way, if you'd like to go deeper, I have a paid option for this. And that's all you will do too in your marketing. But don't be afraid to make an offer, okay? Now, the next thing we do, one of the reasons I've built, this is very important, you don't need a massive list to succeed. My email list is very, very tiny compared to most of my contemporaries, right? People are jaw-dropped when they know how small my email list is. My Facebook group, my free Facebook group is another list. That's only 1,500 people. Yet I generate more sales and income from my tiny lists than my peers do from their gigantic lists. And that's because I have learned the art of really using quality of communication rather than needing a quantity of subscribers. So one of the ways I do that is I use what I call multiple communication channels. So I get a higher response from the leads I have. So I will use, and I teach my clients how to use email marketing, but also messenger bots, also a free Facebook group, also Facebook retargeting. So that's 4 channels right there. So basically, if I get someone on my list, if I get a subscriber, they're going to be getting email content from me. They might get messages on Facebook Messenger with my messenger bots. They'll be getting notifications inside my free Facebook group, and they will see my adverts retargeting them on their Facebook newsfeed. So for every 1 lead I get, I have increased the chances that they see my messages by 4 times. And this is very powerful. If you can just increase that response, they're more likely to become customers. Okay? And so multiple communication channels are how you make more money from a tiny list. I think that's very beneficial in the early stages. If you don't have a big advertising budget, if you're limited on time, and you want to get the biggest financial result from the smallest list, this is what I recommend you do. And then finally, you want to track the behavior of those leads inside your funnel and follow up accordingly. This kind of comes into segmentation as well, but one important aspect I show my clients is to track what's happening inside your funnel. Who's opening the emails, who's not opening them, which emails are being opened, what are the click-through rates, which content are your list responding to, which ones are they not, and also with the segmentation, what content have they told you they want more about? And if you routinely analyze this data and you change your message to them accordingly, you're going to find that the amount of money you make per each lead in your funnel is going to go up dramatically. And that's when you know you're onto a winning marketing campaign, when you can assess that the value of every lead is going up and you need fewer leads to make more sales. That's marketing efficiency and working smarter. Okay, so then from there, Module 5, now we've got this tribal fan base. They're ready to buy from you. They know you, like you, and trust you. How do we make our offer without sounding like sleazy douches, right? So selling in the expert space that you're in, if you're a coach, expert, consultant watching this, it's very different to traditional sales. You can't sell in the same way. What I believe works the best for us is what I call educational selling, or some really top marketers would call this being the assistant buyer, I think they call it. And it's really about diagnosing the problem with your prospect. It's not pitching them, it's prescribing them. So I teach my clients my entire sales methodology and psychology, which is based on like a medical model. If you come to me and say, Justin, how much is it to buy this? I'll say, look, I don't know if this is the right thing for you. Let's talk first. Let me find out about you and diagnose your problems. And if I think I can help you, I will offer it to you. And if I think you need something else out of my product range, I will offer you that instead. I will prescribe something to you once I've found out and taken the care and attention to look into your situation. That's why, like I said, we have this 30-minute call. If you want to join my academy program, it's application only, because I want to make sure it's the right thing for you first. I want to make sure we're going to get along. We're going to work for 1 year together. So I want to make sure that I feel comfortable and you feel comfortable. And this is educational selling. There's no sleaziness. It's diagnostic. It's prescriptive, and it'll really help. And some methods I teach my clients then are how to do this via consultations, doing free trials or challenges, online challenges or offline. I've used those for many years with great success. Also, if you want to do webinars and seminars, how do you do those? By giving good value and then giving people an opportunity to work with you at the end. And also demonstrations and samples. These are the best ways, I believe, for experts like me and you to sell our consultative services. And then finally, once you've got that list building lead magnet, you've got your automated follow-up sequences, And then you've got that conversion mechanism at the end of the funnel, whether it leads them to a consult, to a challenge, to a seminar, to a webinar, to a whatever it might be. You've got a sales funnel. It's a 3-step sales funnel. Capture, nurture, convert. Right? And once you've got that in place, that's now your system for making sales. That's your engine. Now, the final module of this is to turn on the traffic and send people into that lead magnet. So now you want to send people to join your list, because all you've got to do then is give away free stuff, which is not salesy at all. And once they join that list, you know that your system is going to follow up automatically and pull those people towards the conversion mechanism, the consult or the webinar or whatever it is you want to use for your business. So all you need to do now is get the traffic. This is where most coaches and experts go wrong in their marketing, because they try and do this module first before they have an automated sales funnel. And that's why it takes 90% of your time hustling and grinding and making a dozen blog posts and making podcasts and trying to do network meetings and coffee meetings. And it doesn't work because you're spending all this time trying to connect with prospects, but you've got to make the sale right there because you might never see that prospect ever again. And that's a very bad way of doing it, because most prospects are not going to buy from you straight away. But if you do it the expert authority way, all you're going to do instead is send them a link to your lead magnet, let them opt in, and let your funnel take over from there. And that will then, once they're ready, it will bring them back to that consultation or that webinar or that free trial or whatever you offer. So all you need to do now is focus on getting traffic to that landing page. Okay, and there are 3 ways we can do this. You can use paid traffic from Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google ads, LinkedIn ads. Paid traffic is where you're going to pay a bit of money. It's automated because the system will take over for you and it will show your lead magnet to thousands of interested, targeted people. So it costs you a bit of money, but you now have free time. You haven't got to hustle for 6 hours a day. And the best thing about paid traffic is you can get started from like $3 to $5 a day. Now think about how much free time that is going to give you. For $5 a day, you can reach 1,000 targeted people. They can be seeing your offer. 1,000 people for $3, and it's automated. When you're going to get a return like that by hustling all day? It's impossible, right? So paid traffic, I teach my clients how to use paid traffic from day one at a very sustainable, safe level. Not going to invest huge sums of money, just a little bit of a boost, a little bit of a boost to start getting some email subscribers. The next thing then is endorsed traffic. This is the next second best leverage way of doing it. Rather than go out there into, if you have no list, if you have no Facebook group, if you have no one knows who you are, the most powerful thing to do then after paid traffic is to go to get endorsed traffic from other influencers or companies or organizations that have access to the list you want. And we find complementary services that we can then get in front of. So if you're a fitness professional, for example, and you have a local business, then I would then teach you how to go and connect with beauty salon owners and daycare nurseries and things like that, or schools that will have a built-in audience of mums that might be a great target market for you. And it's not competing, it's a complementary service. So we'll show you how to get in front of those people, offer them value, and then their audience starts wanting your free content and they join your list and then they come into your funnel. So that's a very high leverage way to do it. And finally, there is organic traffic to build your own loyal following. And I teach my clients again how to do this in a powerful way that is time leveraged and doesn't take hustling and grinding all of the time. Okay, so that's the expert authority blueprint in a nutshell, and that's the program that I take clients through. I have a 12-month immersion program. This is a group mentoring program that gives you my expert authority blueprint online course, which goes into each of these 6 modules in more depth. And also it gives you some personal coaching, some group coaching, and my tools and done for you swipes and templates so you can implement all of this as fast as possible. So my goal for you really is you should be implementing all of this in a couple of weeks. It shouldn't take you longer than 7 days to get your funnel operational and working. And I'll show you simple ways to do it. If you're not very good at technology and stuff, there's simple tools to do this now. You can get that done in the first week on the program. By weeks 2 and 3, you should be running traffic into that funnel. And then after that, it's just monitoring the numbers, seeing how well it's working. Do we increase the ad spend and pay for more ads, or do we get more influencers promoting you, or whatever it might be. And then you've got 12 months of support, guidance, and accountability in this program. So you're getting 12 months of support, just so I know that you can't go wrong then. So really, getting this set up and launched is the easy bit. That's the fast, easy bit. The real value for you then is after that. Once up and running, what do you do next? How do you track the numbers? How do you know what improvements to make? How do you know what to adjust? How do you know how to scale up? How do you know how to bring on more team members or automate more things? And that's what the real powerful thing of my Academy program gives you. It's all that on top. So that's how my clients are able to generate 6-figure incomes, and even higher than that sometimes, by following a simple, focused, disciplined plan like this that is foolproof when you follow it, and you get the support and guidance and group mentoring every single week, so you can never fall off track. You can never be overwhelmed. You can never be confused. You can never start chasing shiny tactics, because I will beat that crap out of you, basically. It's just focus, discipline, simple steps with consistency. That's how you get success. What do you teach your clients? Don't you teach your clients? It's just simplicity plus consistency. Simple steps, simple basics that you repeat, and you track the progress and you tweak along the way. That's all this has to be. Building a 6-figure business as a coach, consultant, or expert is far easier, far cheaper, far smoother, and far more fun than you've been led to believe. And that's why I'm so happy and proud with the Expert Authority Blueprint, that it is what I believe the best program out there to help show you that and build a business that makes you lots of money, helps lots of people, but also, most importantly, gives you the freedom to have a business that works for you instead of you always working for your business. So if you think you would benefit from having my help and my support and my entire Expert Authority Blueprint course over the next 12 months to work on your business together, if you think that would help you, then check out below this page. You'll see the conditions and how the application process works. Have a look down there, and I would love to speak with you on a 30-minute consult, talk about your business a little bit, get to know who you are and what drives you and motivates you. And then if I think the program is the right fit for you, we can discuss that. And if not, no problem. It'll be good just to have 20, 30 minutes to get to know each other a bit better. All right, so hope this helps you use that mind map, the first part of it at least. That's the most important bit. And look forward to speaking to you soon.